piece of us is finally mended. We are just currents of electric air, breathing in the static, nothing to repair. Wait for the warmth of the rising chord before we plunge back to the heavy is fading back into the morning gray. The synthesizer washes everything away. Just a breathless whisper lingering in the mind. Leave the echoes in the dark behind. The hour turns to something undefined, leaving all the heavy thoughts behind. A sudden spark ignites the quiet space. I read the hidden stories on your face. The tempo drops into a steady crawl. We lean into the magic of it all. No gravity to hold our bodies down. Just phantom echoes in a sleeping town. The walls dissolve into an ocean wave. There is a feeling that we cannot say. A rising temperature, a subtle shift. I close my eyes and let my spirit drift. We are fading into neon shadows, where the rhythm is the only truth we know. Caught inside the spaces in between, living like a lucid waking dream. We are fading into neon shadows, while it played. Every heartbeat synchronizes perfectly, flowing outward to a secret sea. Time is just a memory we lose, wrapped inside these solitary hues. We are fading into neon shadows, where the rhythm is the only truth we know. Caught inside the spaces in between, living like a lucid waking dream. We are fading into neon shadows, letting go of everywhere we have to go. Sink into the center of the sound until I feel lifted off the ground. The pulse gets weaker, fading out of sight. We melt into the fabric of the night. Just a whisper in the glowing dust. Shadows fading, leaving only us. The city breeze and an echo, a quiet hum beneath the streets. We are just shadows waiting for the spark. Let the night take over. The streetlights paint your face in gold, while silver rain begins to fall. I watch the midnight slowly unfold and listen to the silence call. We are tracing lines across the glass, a quiet escape from the noise of the day. Watching the lonely headlights pass, letting the heavy world wash away. The frequency is dropping low, I feel it in the undertow. The rhythm catches in my chest, there is no need for us to rest. Lost inside this midnight velvet, falling through the deep blue dark. Every time the bass line swells, it lights a fire from a single spark. We are drifting on the neon tide, with nothing but the groove to guide. Lost inside this midnight velvet, where we can finally collide. The room is spinning soft and slow, your silhouette is framed in blue. A secret world that no one knows, created just for me and you. The static fades into the beat, the concrete jungle disappears. We find our rhythm in the street and leave behind our waking fears. The frequency is dropping low, I feel it in the undertow. The rhythm catches in my chest, there is no need for us to rest. Lost inside this midnight velvet, falling through the deep blue dark. Every time the bass line swells, it lights a fire from a single spark. We are drifting on the neon tide, nothing but the groove to guide. Lost inside this midnight velvet, where we can finally come alive. Time is an illusion when the tempo slows, caught inside a dream where only magic grows. Suspended in the air ruthless harmony. The universe is playing just for you and me. Close your eyes and let the colors bleed. This electronic pulse is all we need. Lost inside this midnight building, falling through the deep blue dark. Every time the bassline swells, it lights a fire from a single spark. We are drifting on the neon tide, with nothing but the groove to guide. Lost inside this midnight building, where we can finally come alive. Fading into the indigo, just a whisper in the velvet shadow. Keep breathing slow, let it go. The city sleeps, but the rhythm breathes. Exhale the daylight, let the shadows bleed. We are drifting on a midnight velvet sea. Close your eyes, just follow me. Streetlights blur into golden lines across the glass. Watching all the tired faces slowly fading past. I can feel the heavy air finally starting to clear. There is nothing but the frequency that we can hear. The bass is humming beneath the soles of my shoes, washing away the static and the evening blues. Every heartbeat aligns with the muted kick drum. This is the sanctuary where the night becomes numb. The pressure drops as we cross the borderline. We leave the chaos of the waking world behind. Just let the tempo take control of your mind. A hypnotic sanctuary by design. Sink into the midnight veil, let it pull you under. Wrapped inside the warmth of a silent thunder, floating through the dark on an electric wave. This is the quiet kind of freedom that we sink into the midnight veil. Lose your sense of time, let the melody and memory slowly intertwine. We are shadows moving softly through the chill, where the rhythm never stops and time stands still. Headlights cut through the mist of the avenue, painting the pavement in a quiet shade of blue. The electric piano echoes through the empty street, synchronized with every breath and every single beat. I let my shoulders drop and release the heavy weight, surrender into the magic of this altered state. We are ghosts in the machine, running on the breeze, finding all our comfort in these lower frequencies. The pressure drops as we cross the borderline. We leave the chaos of the waking world behind. Just let the tempo take control of your mind. A hypnotic sanctuary by design. Sink into the the midnight veil. Let it pull you under, wrapped inside the warmth of a silent thunder, floating through the dark on an electric wave. This is the quiet kind of freedom that we sing into the midnight veil. Lose your sense of time, let the melody and memory slowly intertwine. We are shadows moving softly through the chill, where the rhythm never stops and time stands still. Where moon fades into a whisper in the dark, leaving just the glowing embers of a spark. Drift away into the endless deep. Midnight velvet softly rocking us to sleep. The horizon dissolves into indigo mist. Faint signals pulse through the silent atmosphere. I can feel the current waking up beneath my feet. We are completely weightless in the dark. Shadows stretch across the sleeping avenue, painting patterns in a quiet shade of blue. Every footstep leaves an echo on the glass, watching hours of the midnight slowly pass. There's a frequency that hums inside the concrete, like a hidden heart that never skips a beat. I was wandering without a star to guide me until I found the luminescent spark inside me. The air is shifting, pulling at my skin. A million rushing colors, let the rush begin. The gravity is slipping from the ground below. I close my eyes and finally I let it go. We are rising up like gravity in reverse, expanding out across the open universe. Nothing holds us to the shadows of the past. We have found the brilliant edge of dawn at last. Feel the rhythm taking over every sense. In a world of light so beautiful and dense, we are rising up like gravity in reverse, expanding out across the open universe. In that quiet space between the heavy kicks, all the broken pieces finally start to fix. I can see your silhouette against the glow, moving softly with the midnight undertow. We are leaving all the heavy world behind in a paradise that only we could find. Let the crystal waters wash away the fear. There is nothing but the perfect present here. The air is shifting, pulling at my skin. Wait for the rhythm, pull us under. I watch the headlights paint the window pane, golden rivers washing down the street. The world outside is dissolving in the rain, while we get tangled in the steady beat. Time is moving like a heavy tide, pulling the secrets from the atmosphere. There is nowhere left for us to hide, but I have never felt so weightless here. Waves will shake, colors blur, every silence is a quiet word. Close your eyes and let the bass drop low. This is the only place we need to go. Caught in the current of the midnight frequency. You are a neon ghost right next to me. We let the tempo dictate how we move, lost in the center of the deep house groove. Nothing is real but the sound in our chest, leaving the daylight behind to rest. Caught in the current of the midnight frequency. You are the only thing I want to see. Smoke is curling through the purple light, quiet haze against the spinning fan. We surrender to the edge of night, drawing the map without a master plan. Echoes are bouncing off the painted wall, lounge keys ringing like a distant bell. I'm still willing to embrace the fall, under the magic of this midnight spell. Pictures shift, colors blur, every silence is a quiet word. Close your eyes and let the bass drop low. This is the only place we need to go. Caught in the current of the midnight frequency. You are a neon ghost right next to me. We let the tempo dictate how we move, lost in the center of the deep house groove. Nothing is real but the sound in our chest, leaving the daylight behind to rest. Caught in the current of the midnight frequency. You are the only thing I want to see. The kick drum fades and the air stands still. Voices are drifting from a distant hill, some to sliding swell like a rising sea, washing the gravity right out of me. Float is suspended in the ambient space, before the rhythm pulls us back to gray. Caught in the current of the midnight frequency. You are a neon ghost right next to me. We let the tempo dictate fade, rest in the shadows that the music made. We are just echoes in the silent dark, a lingering frequency, a glowing spark. Hear the heartbeat rising from the clay, shadows trembling as the night gives way. A distant whisper on the heavy wind. This is where the ancient poets begin. I leave my footprints in the silver sand, a silent traveler in a waking land. The heavy bass is rolling through the ground. I lose my sorrow in the deep dark sound. There is a fire burning in the deep, awaken secrets that the shadows keep. The canopy of stars begins to hum. We are the children of the beating drum. Can you feel the water rising to the brim? Can you feel the spirit breaking through the skin? Every drop of sweat is blowing in the dark, blowing on the embers, waiting for the spark. We are swimming through the rivers of life, chasing the morning out of the night, letting the rhythm wash over our souls, giving our bodies to what we can't control. We are swimming through the rivers of life. Everything heavy is taken to flight, bathed in the colors of euphoric dawn. The beat of the earth is carrying us on. We are as breathing with a quiet heat, a whispered promise underneath my feet. I strip away the armor I have worn. Inside this rhythm I am newly born. The branches sway and tangle in the sky. We let the ghosts of yesterday pass by. I close my eyes and let the colors bleed. This deep vibration is the only. Can you feel the water rising to the brim? Can you feel the spirit breaking through the skin? Every drop of sweat is glowing in the dark, blowing on the embers, waiting for the spark. We are swimming through the rivers of life, chasing the morning out of the night, letting the rhythm wash over our souls, giving our bodies to what we can't control. We are swimming through the rivers of life. Everything heavy is taking to flight, bathed in the colors of euphoric dawn. Beat of the earth is carrying us on. Oh, Swimming through the rivers of light, chasing the morning out of the night, letting the rhythm wash over our soul, giving our bodies to what we came from. We are swimming through the rivers of light. Everything heavy is taking to flight, bathed in the colors of euphoric dawn. The beat of the earth is carrying us home. City sleeps beneath a violet haze, breathing in the chill of empty streets. Just a silhouette in the glowing dark, waiting for the rhythm to pull me under. Streetlights paint out the hollow roads ahead, City sleeps, but the rhythm breathes softly. Headlights paint long shadows on the concrete walls. I am floating in the empty space you left behind. Just a distant whisper in the cold night air. The dashboard glows in a heavy shade of blue, tracing the avenues I used to walk with you. Raindrops are falling, keeping time with the beat, washing our memories right off the empty street. I catch your reflection in the wet, darkened glass, watching the ghosts of our history fading past. The bass in my chest is the only thing that is real, numbing the ache that I swore I would never feel. And the frequency rises, pulling me under, quarrying the quiet of the midnight of Sunday. I close my eyes and I surrender to the sound, hoping your memory is nowhere to be found. But you are the echo in the velvet dark, deep house rhythm beating through my heart. I am dancing with shadows underneath the neon glow, trying to find the strength to finally let you go. You are the melody I cannot erase, lost in the tempo, spinning out of space. Every four on the floor brings you back to my mind. You are the rhythm that I left behind. The smoke clears out, but the haze remains inside. Nowhere to run in this city, nowhere to hide. Streetlights are flashing, a syncopated groove, dictating exactly the way my lonely body should move. I reach for your hand, but I only grab the night, slipping away the street. Nothing is left but the memory of the steady beat. A final roll spineless into the tapestry. I am alone and you are no longer here. Suspended in a silver air, the pulse begins to slowly wake. I feel the static everywhere. The quiet night begins to break. Shadows ghostly dies, chasing the light in your opening eyes. City slows down to a single breath. Shadows stretch across the empty avenue. Colors bleed slowly through the heavy fog. I close my eyes and let the current pull me in. Street lights flicker like a dying star. I leave my worries at the open door. Footsteps echoing inside the dark. A heavy rhythm rising from the floor. The velvet sky is dripping indigo. I lose my shadow in the alleyway. A quiet magic starting to unfold. Washing bridges in the light. The bass is rolling like an ocean wave. It pulls me deeper into the groove. There is a secret that the silence gave, and in the darkness I begin to move. We are floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. We are floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. Reflection shimmer on the waiting glass. A sudden shiver running down my spine. I watch the hours and the minutes pass, but time is nothing in this strange design. The heavy air is tasting sweet and cold. A silver smoke is rising from the street. This is the only heaven I can hold. Inside the pocket of a steady beat, the bass is rolling like an ocean wave. It pulls me deeper into the groove. There is a secret that the silence gave, and in the darkness I begin to move. We're floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. We're floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. dissolves into the dark, drifting away on the frequency. Silence is the only sound left.
The city sleeps, but the pulse remains. Static in the air, shadow in the rain. Breathe in the glow of the ambient street. Let the frequencies flow from your head to your feet. Headlights trace the empty avenues underneath the sky of deep obsidian blues. We are drifting through the quiet, hollow streets, moving to the rhythm of our own heartbeats. Glass and concrete blur into a midnight haze, lost inside this beautiful and endless maze. There's no destination, nowhere else to be, just the silver moon, the shifting shadows and me. Echoes bouncing off the empty walls. I can hear the way the silence calls. Time is melting in the heavy air, slipping out of focus, floating anywhere. Falling to the midnight velvet, wrap the shadows tight around my soul. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the deep bass take complete control. We are glowing in the ultraviolet, riding on a wave we cannot see. Falling to the midnight velvet, lose yourself to find your sanctuary. Steam's rising from the cooling metal gratings. The waking world can hold its breath and simply wait. Footsteps echo lightly on the cobblestone. In this sonic frequency, we are never alone. A sudden flash of amber from